Who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
So Leonardo DiCaprio's connection to the music industry continues to follow him.
On to the next one. Leonardo DiCaprio breaks silence on hanging out with Diddy.
Leonardo DiCaprio has been spotted with none other than Diddy, right as the music mogul faces some serious heat. But wait, did Leo just flee the country after those secrets leaked? The latest news involves Leonardo DiCaprio and the infamous Sean Diddy Combs, who recently found himself in hot water with federal agents.
Breaking news tonight, Sean Diddy Combs has been arrested in a Manhattan hotel this evening after a grand jury indicted the music mogul. His attorney tells CNN that he is currently being processed.
Diddy's facing charges that could seriously mess with his legacy, and now, out of nowhere, DiCaprio's name is getting thrown into the mix. How did this happen? Well, old photos from a 2017 interview are making waves again, showing the two of them together at Diddy's legendary parties. And guess what? Diddy once revealed that Leo was his #1 guest on that exclusive invite list.
Okay, so you're having a party. What song do you kick it off with?
Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, The Show. You have to try that one.
Now, you've gone on the record saying that your white party is up there with the top 3 that you've ever thrown for people. What are the other 2?
I would say when I got my star on Hollywood, I had a party. And this year at Burning Man at an undisclosed location.
And if you've had to recall the most lavish, over-the-top, outrageously extravagant decoration on display, what would it be?
One time I had the Declaration of Independence in one of my 4th of July parties. It was a 4th of July white party. And the white party's coming back this year, by the way, for charity.
Yeah, it's great to hear, and I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number 1 on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the white party, and happy holidays to you and yours.
Thanks, love.
That's right, DiCaprio was the VIP everyone wanted at those extravagant gatherings that were known for attracting the creme de la creme of Hollywood. The guy practically lived it up at Diddy's infamous white parties in the late 90s. But now that Diddy is facing serious allegations, Leo's doing everything he can to distance himself from the whole situation. Insiders say DiCaprio is eager to avoid any drama that might mess with his carefully crafted image as a devoted environmentalist and philanthropist. He's worked hard to shed that party boy persona, and being linked to Diddy's controversial parties, not a good look. His team is likely scrambling to keep his reputation intact, especially since associating with Diddy right now could be a PR nightmare. Once upon a time, DiCaprio and Diddy shared the spotlight at major events like the 2004 Vanity Fair party, where they all smiled. Over the years, they crossed paths often, like at Diddy's exclusive parties at Art Basel, Miami, and at yacht parties in Cannes. Those appearances seemed friendly enough, but now as Diddy's facing the music, people are left wondering if their past friendships were all just for show. What's the vibe? Fans are curious, questioning whether Leo really took off to escape the unfolding chaos surrounding Diddy's illegal troubles. The internet is ablaze with speculation. While Leo is off on vacation in Italy with his girlfriend, soaking up the sun, folks can't help but point fingers at his past connections. Social media is buzzing with comments about why his attendance at Diddy's parties is being overlooked while Diddy's drama unfolds. Some are even predicting that DiCaprio might marry his current girlfriend to deflect attention from his connection to Diddy. It's wild out there. Despite the swirling rumors, a source close to Leo insisted he has no ties to Diddy's ongoing issues, emphasizing that he's not involved in anything shady. Everyone in Hollywood attended those parties back in the day. That's just how it was. But as videos keep resurfacing of Diddy praising DiCaprio's place on his VIP list, it's clear that Leo's hoping for a quick escape from this mess, much like he did during the 1MDB scandal. In short, DiCaprio is keeping his head down, focusing on his own life and steering clear of the drama that seems to follow Diddy wherever he goes. As Diddy faces these serious allegations, it seems like DiCaprio's main goal is to keep his reputation shining bright while all this noise swirls around him. Leonardo DiCaprio may have started shedding his notorious playboy image, but it might be too little too late as fans begin to distance themselves from the actor. The reputation of the once upon a time in Hollywood star is taking a hit amid the fallout from Diddy's mounting legal troubles. Diddy, once a celebrated figure in the music industry, is now awaiting trial in a Brooklyn prison after being indicted on multiple felonies, which has cast a long shadow over those who have crossed paths with him, including DiCaprio. Just as Diddy's legal issues were making headlines, old party photos began resurfacing, stirring up controversy and speculation. These images show DiCaprio mingling at Diddy's notorious parties throughout the years, raising questions about which celebrities participated in or were at least aware of the alleged substance-fueled debauchery. Among these resurfaced images, one particularly notable shot features DiCaprio enjoying himself at Diddy's extravagant white party back in 1998, a moment now scrutinized under the lens of Diddy's serious allegations. Despite attempts to distance himself from Diddy, fans argue that DiCaprio can't escape his past. A recent Instagram post aimed at promoting voter registration drew mixed reactions, with some followers expressing disappointment and claiming to have lost respect for the actor. One commenter even suggested that DiCaprio's iconic film Titanic was sinking, a metaphor for his crumbling public image. Another observer noted that the truth about DiCaprio's character might finally be coming to light, suggesting that his good guy image has been masking a different reality. While DiCaprio has not been publicly named as a person of interest in Diddy's federal case, he has not escaped criticism. Supporters defended him, stating that knowing about wrongdoing but staying silent doesn't make someone a criminal, but it certainly raises questions about their morals. There were also attempts to distinguish between Diddy's white parties, which some viewed as harmless social events, and the separate, darker gatherings where alleged misconduct occurred, implying that DiCaprio's attendance at the former should not implicate him in the latter. DiCaprio's well-established career, which began when he was just a child actor, now faces risks due to his association with Diddy. The primary concern is the damage to his reputation. His connection to Diddy could lead to tarnished public perception, especially if more allegations come to light. The increased scrutiny could also draw unwanted media attention to DiCaprio's personal life and professional relationships. Companies that partner with him might rethink their associations due to potential guilt by association concerns, jeopardizing his endorsement deals and business ventures. The impact on DiCaprio's career largely hinges on the severity of Diddy's legal troubles, how deeply he's implicated, and how effectively he navigates their situation. There's a chance he could slip away unscathed, but will Diddy share that same fate? Now, let's take a look at how this scandal began. Diddy's downfall, once a hip-hop icon and savvy entrepreneur, has become marred by controversies and legal issues. His journey has been riddled with public feuds and allegations, contributing to a tarnished image. One significant incident was the 1999 nightclub shooting in New York City, which, while involving Diddy, did not lead to any charges against him. However, recent serious allegations have further damaged his reputation, with accusations of coercing and mistreating women. Diddy's parties, once the pinnacle of glamour and celebrity, have now become synonymous with his controversies. Many A-listers were part of his inner circle, but reports suggest that behind the glitz, dark secrets were brewing. The events, notorious for their lavishness, also harbored hidden cameras capturing all the wild activities that transpired, leading to claims of blackmail and exploitation. Diddy is now facing serious repercussions as his arrest sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Allegations have emerged on social media linking him to the untimely deaths of pop icons like Michael Jackson and Aaliyah, stirring up even more controversy. Investigations are underway to determine if other prominent figures, including DiCaprio, were victims or complicit in Diddy's alleged misconduct. As Diddy's events continue to attract high-profile guests, despite the storm of legal trouble surrounding him, the scrutiny on those who attended is intensifying. DiCaprio's historical presence at these gatherings, alongside other stars like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Rihanna, adds layers to the narrative, leaving fans and critics wondering how deep the scandal runs and what it ultimately means for his career. Diddy is in a tough spot these days, locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a place known for being pretty harsh.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called Hell on Earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence. How bad is it inside this federal lockup? There have been 2 murders, 4 suicides, and numerous stabbings and lockdowns in recent years. It's so out of control inside that 4 federal judges are reportedly refusing to send any more prisoners here.
To really understand what's happening with him, we need to look at the serious allegations that have come to light since January 2023. Diddy is facing several charges related to domestic abuse, mainly linked to his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. These charges have hit hard, affecting not just his personal life but also his professional life. His music label Bad Boy Records, along with other business ventures of his, are now under heavy scrutiny. This situation could lead to some major consequences for Diddy in the music industry. In the court hearings, Diddy's lawyers are pushing hard to get these charges dismissed or reduced. They've been fighting back against the prosecution, which is armed with witness statements and video evidence. Diddy's team is questioning the credibility of the witnesses and the evidence presented against him, trying to protect their client's reputation in what's turning into a big public legal battle. The music industry is watching closely. While some folks in the business have stayed quiet, many are expressing support for victims of domestic abuse, showing a shift towards more accountability in the entertainment world. On top of that, Joe Rogan stirred the pot by suggesting that Diddy might spill the beans on other Hollywood big shots involved in illegal activities. In a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan hinted that Diddy could reveal names of influential people who have attended his parties, sparking speculation about a bigger scandal brewing in Hollywood. This could be a game changer, potentially exposing a web of powerful individuals involved in shady dealings reminiscent of the fallout from the Jeffrey Epstein case. Diddy's rise to fame is often linked to Clive Davis, the legendary music producer and executive. Davis has played a huge role in shaping the career of many stars, including Diddy. Their relationship has always been complicated. While Davis helped launch Diddy's career, the recent allegations have made Davis pull back. Jaguar Wright, a media personality, claims that Davis not only supported Diddy but also guided him in some of his questionable actions.
Really doesn't matter. Nobody remembers them anyway anymore. Shame. They were awesome. They put him on me. He had the camera set up in the room. He drugged me. He did everything he was supposed to do. He just felt guilty about it in the morning. So he gave me the tape. And they got dropped 6 months later from their label. And nobody's ever heard of them again. And they was some dope ass motherfuckers. Shout out to him for that. He ain't had to give me that tape.
Wow. But the fact he recorded it, oh man.
He had to. He had to.
Oof.
It was either that or lose the deal.
This raises eyebrows about their mentorship, especially now that the heat is on. Davis's sudden denial of knowing Diddy has left fans stunned, given how close they once seemed. It looks like he might be trying to shield his own reputation as the spotlight on Diddy grows hotter. Despite all the chaos, some of Diddy's friends are stepping up to defend him. Jermaine Dupri, another big name in music, has publicly called the raids on Diddy's properties unnecessary. He argues that high-profile folks like Diddy often face legal troubles, but believes the attention is usually overblown. Dupri's support shows how complicated friendships can get in the entertainment industry, especially during tough times. Another notable figure in Diddy's life is Dr. Dre, a legendary rapper and producer who has made waves in the music world. While they've had their ups and downs, their friendship has been solid overall. However, a past incident involving a leaked video created some tension between them. Diddy and Dr. Dre have had their ups and downs, still they've got a long history of teaming up and supporting each other. Recently, Instagram was buzzing with photos of the two hanging out in the studio, jamming out and creating new music together. They weren't alone either. Big names like Kanye West and Snoop Dogg were in the mix, making it a star-studded affair. Their friendship has weathered a lot, from Diddy's lavish 50th birthday bash to the grand finale of the Bad Boys reunion tour back in 2016. But just when it looked like things were chill, an old interview featuring Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg popped back into the spotlight. In the interview, Dre talked about a scandalous tape that went missing from his home, leaving fans wondering what it could have contained. This resurgence comes at a tough time for Diddy, who is currently facing some serious allegations. Adding fuel to the fire, Suge Knight, a notorious figure in the music scene, has claimed that Diddy, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg are part of a secret society. His comments have made some people rethink the nature of their relationships, especially Dre's admiration for Diddy. While Diddy is dealing with this legal mess, Dr. Dre's chosen to keep quiet. He's also got his own legal issues to battle, including a lawsuit from his former therapist, which makes things a bit messy between the two. It's a tricky time for both artists as they navigate their personal struggles and challenges. On the flip side, Russell Simmons, the co-founder of Def Jam Recordings, is another key player in Diddy's story. He's been a mentor to Diddy and has stood up for him during all the controversies. In a live Instagram session in May 2024, Simmons spoke out, urging people not to be so quick to judge or celebrate someone's downfall, especially someone who's had a positive impact on many careers. However, Simmons isn't free from controversy himself. He's facing several allegations of misconduct. Despite denying the claims, his reputation has taken a hit, prompting him to move to Bali, Indonesia, seemingly to dodge legal troubles in the US. With both Diddy and Simmons facing their own issues, some folks in the hip-hop community are starting to think Simmons' influence on Diddy might not be all good. Diddy's former bodyguard even suggested that the people around him like Simmons, Andre Harrell, and Clive Davis have influenced Diddy's behavior, potentially leading him to adopt some not-so-great attitudes and habits. Then there's Anna Wintour, who's been a significant force in Diddy's journey in the fashion world. Known for her powerful role at Vogue, Wintour has helped Diddy break into the fashion scene, but now critics are raising eyebrows at her silence during all of this trouble that's surrounding Diddy. Although there's no indication she's involved in his alleged misdeeds, her connection to him is under scrutiny as the heat around this case intensifies. Reports suggest that Wintour is trying to distance herself from Diddy's legal issues, avoiding comments during the chaotic Paris Fashion Week. This move highlights the pressure on those close to Diddy as they navigate the fallout from his ongoing legal saga. And let's not forget Jay-Z, another heavyweight in the music industry and one of Diddy's closest pals. Their friendship has spanned over decades, with plenty of collaborations along the way. However, as Diddy faces serious legal challenges, Jay-Z has kept quiet, which is notable given their long-standing relationship. It raises questions about what's really going on behind the scenes between these two legends. As Diddy's trial approaches, set for May 5th, 2025, the weight of the allegations looms large. He's facing a slew of charges, including and misconduct, with the indictment detailing some pretty disturbing claims. Legal experts warn that if he's found guilty, he could be looking at a minimum of 15 years in prison, with life behind bars as possibility, depending on how things unfold.
I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing. He has been ready to defend this case.
This situation puts not just Diddy's freedom at risk, but also his legacy in the music industry, leaving fans wondering what's next for this iconic figure. Now, what do you think? Do drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video for more such content. We'll be back soon with another one. See ya then.